Hi everyone! In this video, I'll walk you through DeviKit's WooCommerce integration with FreeAgent.com. You install the free plugin from WordPress.org first. I encourage you to download it today and kick the tires on your staging or live shop. When you want daily grouped invoices, per-order automation, credit notes from refunds, bulk actions, and the full invoicing field set unlocked in settings, grab the Pro version. It pays for itself quickly once bookkeeping stops chasing every order by hand. Links for the free and pro are both in this video's description. Use them whenever you're ready. Once WooCommerce and the integration are active, go to WooCommerce, then FreeAgent. On FreeAgent Connection, there is documentation at the top for the deeper written guide. FreeAgent uses OAuth. On dev.freeagent.com under My Apps, you create an app after free registration process, paste this site's redirect URI from the plugin, save, then paste OAuth identifier and OAuth secret here. Save credentials, connect to FreeAgent, and optionally test connection or disconnect later. Accounting category is the income category FreeAgent uses against each invoice line item when Pro unlocks the picker. Reload updates the list from cloud data. Without Pro, the row shows as read-only preview tied to sales semantics. Bank account is always available once you're connected. Pick where remittance wording on invoices should point. Reload bank accounts fetches fresh bank accounts over the API if you change them inside FreeAgent. Online invoice payment links is a Pro block of checkboxes. PayPal, GoCardless Direct Debit Mandate, GoCardless Instant Bank Pay, Stripe, and Till from NatWest. Turning them on pushes outbound API flags so FreeAgent can show branded pay buttons on PDF and in FreeAgent itself. Each payment provider must actually be enabled in your FreeAgent account. Payment terms in days sets how many days before the invoice counts as overdue. Enter 0 for due on receipt. Default item type, for example products, services, or another FreeAgent compatible type. With Pro, this is your store fallback when individual products don't override the line item type. Mark as sent, when ticked, makes new invoices and credit notes arrive as sent or open in FreeAgent instead of draft. Record payment automatically, Pro, mirrors manual payment booking in FreeAgent. It fires in two cases. 1. An invoice exists and the WooCommerce order is already paid when the invoice is created. Or 2. The order hits processing or completed and an invoice already exists. FreeAgent does not expose a blunt mark as paid. The plugin records a bank transaction linked to that invoice exactly like pressing Record Payment manually. You must have a bank account selected above on this tab. Custom invoice reference is optional Pro text appended to invoices. Leave it blank if you want plain FreeAgent sequential numbering from FreeAgent alone. You can inject order ID or order number using the merge tokens shown beside the field in the dashboard. Invoice comments or notes adds default wording on every invoice. Merge tokens documented in UI are order ID, order number, order date, customer name, customer email, and payment method. VAT exemption basis is free text such as statute references. Whatever you paste is included in invoice comments when lines are exempt, so jurists see the rationale without you retyping it each time. EC VAT MOSS as a store default, Pro tick box, treats catalog products as EC VAT MOSS supplies by default, where the invoice engine sees EU billing addresses as defined inside WooCommerce, no VAT-ID on the checkout capture, and every paid catalog line qualifies as VAT MOSS through either this shop default or per product overrides. Mixed orders where only fees or shipping show up never flip the whole invoice into MOSS paths. Details on how FreeAgent handles MOSS and OSS sit in FreeAgent's own help docs. Skim their article VAT MOSS and VAT OSS in FreeAgent if you need wording from the accountant's side. Moving to store, VAT field visibility. Hide means shoppers never see a VAT-ID field at checkout. Always visible keeps it on every checkout. Show I want a VAT invoice checkbox hides VAT until classic checkout shoppers tick yes. Blocks checkout ignores that choreography and VAT stays visible anyway except when you deliberately hide the entire field everywhere. Checkbox label lets you customize the wording next to that opt-in checkbox. Blank falls back to the default phrase, "I want a VAT invoice." VAT field required forces an ID anytime the VAT field renders. Automation matters once Pro activates. Here you choose between nightly grouped bookkeeping or per-order automation. Daily grouped documents is optional headline mode. Switch it on to replace per-order automatic invoicing plus per-order automatic credit notes with one consolidated invoice and matching refund credits each day toward the free agent contacts selected below. The automatic invoice block is aimed at shops not using grouping or whenever grouping stays off entirely. As soon as grouped mode is switched on, only the remaining sales queue status selectors stay interactive, while other controls dim until grouping turns back off. Follow your dashboard literally. Grouped documents contact is usually shop-wide bookkeeping style. Reload contacts reloads counterparties from FreeAgent. Manual invoice or credit note buttons on individual orders remain available beside automation queues. Whenever grouped scheduling is inactive, configure per-order invoicing separately from credit automation. Inside automatic invoice automation, enable automation queues FreeAgent drafts after Woo touches selected statuses. Pending payment, processing, on hold, and completed behave as individual checkboxes. Invoices spawn when transitions land in any flagged bucket. Toggle record payment so nightly batches or per-order issuance later mirror paid Woo states into bank postings using the bank account configured on invoicing. Send invoice email exposes either send via FreeAgent template or send via WooCommerce, attaching PDF payloads to WooCommerce order emails. Pick whichever stakeholder experience you prefer. Automatic credit note automation sits underneath. Enable automation issues a FreeAgent credit note only when WooCommerce sets the order to refunded, the usual end state after refunds. There is no separate order status matrix here. If a partial refund never moves the order to refunded, this automation does not fire until that status change happens. Advanced tab exposes Enable Debug Logging. Check it only while troubleshooting. Requests and responses funnel into WooCommerce arrow status arrow logs under source devakit_freeagent_debug while secrets stay redacted. Switch it off outside diagnostic windows. I encourage you to install the free plugin from WordPress.org, and when you are ready to take manual work off your team's plate, pick up Pro version so invoicing, credits, and customer delivery can run on rails across your business. Thanks for watching and see you next time.